Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Once you're able to see the presentation, just say yes in chat box, please. Is it my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, Pramit, thanks. So yes, we are discussing about the topic called as work at height. So this is a very serious concern, especially in the construction industry, where they work in multiple heights or in multiple floors or multi-store buildings. There, the fall incidents are the result will be fatal most of the times. So as we discussed, so when I say a work at height, it will be the 6 feet or 1.8 meters or more above the floor. So the harness shall be used wherever a suitable anchor point is available. So if the suitable anchor point is not there, it means we are not supposed to use the harness or what?
No, sir, it's not like that. We have to fix lifeline.
Correct. So we should not stick to with the statements because the legal writings is always a conflict kind of situation. So as we know that there are rules and regulations, but there are some provisions to escape at all. So whenever such a cases you arrive, there we provide a lifeline. Then we continue with the activity. We'll use that lifeline is nothing but again a rope kind of thing, which can able to bear the weight. I think it is above 8 dia and above. I forgot exactly. In OSHA, it is clearly defined actually. If somebody can help me, so it should able to bear the weight of the people or anchored on it. Again, it has to be fixed for two standard post so that it can able to withhold the weight of the people in case of any sudden fall happens. Then most of the fall accident happens due to the work at height, and also most of them proven fatal, because in case of any accidents, even the fall cases are very high in frequency. I mean, if you see past of, I mean, 10 years before or 15 years before, the most of the accidents are fall cases or fall from height, and also working at height levels. So that's why the seriousness of fall accidents should be considered very seriously, because most of the cases are fatal, is nothing but death cases. Okay, so have you seen
Sir, one
or
thing.
yeah,
Sir,
please.
in PIL, we are following 1.5 meters, sir. Is it that any other regulation saying beyond this 1.8 meters? या एडिशनल सेफ्टी के लिए हो सकता था.
So to be frank, I'm not familiar with the standards which you are using, but I'm
Like
following the so
even
yeah.
in Reliance also they are following 1.5. It was since from Reliance.
Okay.
Srinivas, I suppose it is for additional safety. Why? Because if you remember in the previous class also, we are following that noise limit is 85 decibel, na? But as per
Yeah,
rule, it is
70 and
90.
75. Yes, yes, correct.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you
90,
see
but
in
we are following
CFO,
85. So additional measure.
even if you see in some of the PCB, they used to mention 75 in the nights. So is it really possible?
Ye-
75 decibels.
Yes, sir. We are following 75 during the night, morning time, and night time 70.
70?
Yeah, 70.
Okay, okay, okay. Again, that too subject to the condition based on the location where your facility is situated. Even for the cities or the close by any what you call any special economical zones or industrial units, it will differ actually. But most of the things I have seen 75 decibels in the evening. I mean night. Sorry,
Daytime,
day
sir.
and night
75
in
daytime.
70. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Oh, that is to only from 2200 hours, se morning 6 o'clock. Tak.
Sorry.
70 is from 2200 hours, se morning 6 o'clock. Tak.
Yes, yes,
Only during night time. Yes.
yes, yes. Only during the night time. So if you are limiting this 1.8, again, it is going to be an additional safety, as Kumar mentioned. So this is the standard set point.
Yes.
Even if there are companies, if they are working for 1.2 meter itself, they are making their internal standard as they should follow the permit system, and also they have to have safety belt. Okay. So when I asked a question saying that work at height, everybody answered we have to use full body harness, safety belt, etc. So what is the safest anchor level when I use a safety belt? Is it good to have a safety belt when I'm working at 1.8 meters?
मतलब foot to be at 1.8, sir.
Foot to be
मतलब minimum 1.8 means our foot to be minimum at 1.5, 1.8 meter height.
1.8 meter above. Yes, our foot is at 1.8 meter above from the floor.
Yes, then it is mandatory to wear the safety belt.
That is fine. I'm telling you, yes, you will use. But what is the anchor point you should fix? Where you are going to anchor it?
Above head, sir.
Above head at what level?
Nearly 2 feet.
2 feet. Okay. If in such a case, then what will be the length of the lanyard? Safety belt lanyard. And what will be the height of the person? And what will be the shock absorber? If you'd have seen a safety belt, will have a lanyard. In between, you will see a piece of cake, the rectangular
Yeah,
piece of cake.
shock absorber will be there.
Shock absorber. So when it gets released, it
Is
will release, or we have to
then
cut and open.
it will absorb the shock. Like suddenly, if a man slips, it will absorb the
Mhm.
shock.
It will open up and it will give some deceleration distance, saying that
Yes.
it
Yes.
will be once it is open up, that is the maximum it will leave the person down. Correct?
Yes.
After that, there is no chance that a person can go down. I mean, the person can fall again, or a person can go down below that distance.
Yes,
So
that is
basically, when
standard
you are
distance. Standard
sorry,
distance. Standard
yeah,
distance they can.
standard
It will
distance.
be in
Yes,
hanging position.
he'll be in hanging position. So whenever we are trying to see selecting an anchoring point, that is also a point that we have to calculate all these parameters. At what height I should anchor my harness. Okay, don't worry. We have a slide for that. So leave about the right side picture. We'll just focus on the left side one initially. Whoever not seen a safety belt before. So this is how a safety belt used to they wear the person. So here we have different parts of the safety belt. This is a lifeline. So as I mentioned, whenever there is no fixed anchor point, we use these lifelines, or is in a fall arrestor. I think it is in a vertical fall arrestor they have used. and this is the lanyard, and here we have the energy absorber or shock absorber. Then here we have a D-ring or then lacking snips or etc etc. Okay, this is the few points or the parts of the safety belt. So when we say uh, or when we say use of a safety belt, we should also consider that in case of any fall happens, whether a person can able to be in a safe position. So if I see if the person is working at height, I mean here, so as we seen the length of the, any question, somebody is in unmute, just a second please. Yeah, so if you see, this is the total fall distance. It is about 5.6 meter, which is 18.5 feet. So when we say the length of the lanyard will be 1.8 meters. So as we mentioned, the shock absorber, it will given the deceleration distance, in the sense it will try to reduce, or it will try to limit the complete fall till this distance. It means 6 feet plus 3.5 feet. That is the total length of the lanyard. Lanyard 6 feet, and the shock absorber, it can extend to another 3.5 feet. Then if I consider a person is height at, I mean 6 feet height, so the total will be 6 plus 6, 12 plus 3.5. How much will be? It will be 9.5. Then another 3 feet. That is the safety factor, which means I am considering, even though my safety belt is fully activated, the shock absorber also gets activated, till a person will be in a pendulum effect. So he's just oscillating here and there. He is not going to hit with the floor. So if this distance or this safety factor, if you have not considered, what will happen? Definitely, in case of any fall happens, a person will come and he will hit the floor. In such a case, there is no use, even though if you have using a safety belt. This is also one factor we should always consider whenever you are suggesting a safety belt. We should also think about where the belt is at anchored. If it is not anchored properly, then in case of any fall happens, again it is going to be a question mark whether a person can be saved or not. So we should always, we used to say that in a standard height, always keep the anchor point above the shoulder level, again for the same, to avoid the impact of the fall. If I say shoulder level, then we should consider all these parameters. So at what level? Shoulder level means what? It should be always in a safest level. You should anchor your safety belt by considering the length of the lanyard, and also the shock absorber, and also height of the person. Then you have to consider the fall safest factor, at what height he will get stopped, or he'll get in a, I mean, a free fall. Okay, this is the one factor we should always think. But if you
Sir, in
ask
this
me again, yes,
deceleration distance,
yeah,
in this 3.5 feet deceleration distance, the length of the lanyard is considered and the energy absorbent is there, na? Energy absorber.
yeah,
So those two things are also included, huh?
no. This lanyard is different, and the energy absorber is different. Both are two
Okay.
different distances. Basically,
Uh,
what happens is depends on the impact. It may open or it may not open. Again, the weight of the person. If the weight of the person is 40 kilo, person is wearing it, if the fall from same height, sometimes it may not open also. If the person is wearing at 80 kilo person using the same belt, he is falling from the same height. During that time, this absorber gets opened.
So just for understanding, I need to
So
ask one more question. Energy absorber means, is it like some elastic sort of material, or how it works?
No, it is an extension of the lanyard itself. It is just folded and keep it as a bunch.
Okay.
It is wrapped within a plastic material around it. It will just open up.
So that opening, maximum opening up distance is deceleration
3.5,
distance.
3.5 feet.
Okay.
So this is an example of the platform working at height of say 3 meter. No,
You are,
I'll
ah,
I will
ah,
anchor. I will have to anchor to be very tight
yes,
in that case.
yes.
So there will be a absorber, shock absorber will collapse to 3.5 feet, and then he'll not touch to ground.
Come again, please. In between, I
So
got that. I mean, activation of recording. Come again.
yeah, normally what we are doing, we are anchoring harness so that this harness is loose. This support is loose. No, it's not tight. He has anchored
No,
is not tight.
yes, yes.
There is a margin. So in one at 1.8 meter, we should not have any margin.
Yeah, will not have any margin.
Yeah. So that care we need to take in that case.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Sir, I have two doubts, sir.
yeah. Please.
Sir, the first one,
Mm-hmm.
once that energy absorber open, that whatever that folded, the fully will be open,
No,
or there is a
it's like
chance to.
it's like a rupture disc. Once it is open, there is no use. It will fully open. It
Okay,
won't half open.
okay,
Actually, it will fully opens.
His stitches got
okay,
damaged totally.
Stitches in the sense,
okay,
now whatever the portion which you are seeing this cover, right? It's like a chocolate wrapper. It just open up. That's all.
like loaded spring.
Yes, rightly said. Yes, loaded spring.
Sir, as you mentioned, there is a 40 kg person having not open, energy not open, above 40 is open. Why, sir?
No,
That
no,
is the
I'm just
basic
taken
for
as an
40.
example. Huh?
Actually,
Don't stick with the number. I've just taken as an
oh,
example.
okay.
It's the impact, actually impact force which is
Yeah,
opening there.
that is the I have taken as an example of impact on the absorber.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
sir. My second question,
yeah, please.
sir, the safety belt lanyard, the length is 1.8 meter.
Hmm.
So I have some activity in between that level. For example, 1.8 or 2 meter height. So
Mm-hmm.
can I make knot in the lanyard to
I,
reduce
I
that
I
length?
I will not suggest, but people are practically doing. If you are doing a knot on the safety belt, there is no use of that lane. But I have seen in my experience, the people are using. Sometimes what they do is they will roll that lane ad around the structure, and then they will use it to reduce the length of the lane ad, or that
They're
what do you
manipulating
call?
that anchoring hook.
Yes, but it is not advisable. Yeah. Any other questions?
One
Sir,
more I have.
you mean to say that energy absorber, once it is opened up, it cannot, that safety belt cannot be used again, right?
No, again, we have to replace that lane ad. Only lane ad. Only lane ad we have to replace. This portion we can use completely. All the from the D ring to the hook, this lane ad can be replaced.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll get separately. It's like in a spare part to the safety belt. I can.
Yes, yes, it is there. It is.
Yeah.
So then in that case, these will also be having load tests and certificates and all, right? Na?
Yeah. They'll do testing for I think around 500 kg. It is there in the each safety belt also. The
Yes, sir.
testing
0.5 ton.
testing.
Yes,
Yeah.
500 kg. Mm.
Yes, they'll do for 500 kg.
During load testing, na, so all safety belts has to be tested.
Yes. That is also again a legal requirement, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. For each belt we have to
Sir,
tackles. It is also should have a unique number for the each belt. Otherwise, during this testing, we don't know which belt we are putting under resection. Even sometimes we used to do resections during our internal inspections also. That's why always we should have a dedicated and unique number for each safety belt for better tracking. Yeah.
Sir, is there any calculation for double lanyard?
Double lanyard, no. Previously, what will happen? We used to get the single lanyard actually. Nowadays, they are getting the double lanyard, but still, it is for the 500 kg only. They used to test.
I'm talking about lifeline fixing, sir. Is it that same at same length both has to be fixed or at
Yes.
different
Both,
height?
both has to.
Yeah,
Both
additional
has to.
precaution.
You
Okay.
mean to talk about anchor point, right?
Anchor point, yes.
Yes. Both has to in the same distance.
Same
I
distance,
mean,
yes.
same level, same height.
Right, sir. Right.
Sir, can you discuss a few more points on load testing?
Kumar, I didn't get your question actually.
See, my intention is that when using this safety belt harness, when a person is working at height, suppose if he falls, depending upon his weight, that energy absorber will or may not be opened up and the person will be saved. Okay, that is a different thing. While testing, you are telling that 500 kg it will be fixed to that safety belt, na?
Yeah.
Load testing
Load
purpose.
testing for testing purpose. Then in
Yeah.
that case, that energy absorber will open up. Correct? Correct me if I'm wrong.
So Suresh is asking, can 500 kg withstand or it will be loose for testing during 500 kg?
Yes.
Again, in few cases, yes, but in few cases, no, because again, it's the impact which will get on that the absorber, as you said, a loaded spring. Based on the impact, sometimes it will open or sometimes it will not open. Basically, this 3.5 is the I mean, some acceleration. It will, I mean, some distance it will give reduce the impact on the person also. Sometimes what will happen if the person immediately falls, that is in a sudden jerk on the total body, this absorber gives some relaxation on that fall also. In the testing, sometimes it will open, sometimes it will not open.
Sir, I agree with your opinion, but while testing, how do they accept or
They
reject?
will they what they do is with the this full body harness, they will take a weight and they will hook the safety belt on any specific hoist or something. Then they will give the load to the safety belt itself. They try to lift, actually literally they'll keep it as they use it as a hoist. They used to lift any specific weight or 500 kg or nearby, and they try to lift on this safety belt. These anchor points will be on the hoist side, and these belts are, I mean, the fabric material are attached to the load. That's how they test. and they see the stitches, even the buckles, everything they do check. Even sometimes what will happen while lifting itself, the stitches will give a sound, the breaking sound. If it is that is also case, they will reject it immediately. That is how they do.
Sir,
They
so,
literally,
so that,
they literally lift the weight using this belt. That is
sir,
how they
so
do.
that load test is you going to do with the line add or without only for belt?
No, lanyard only. That is where the lanyard is the key part of the belt. This belt is just in a fabric material to use as a shirt. The complete the thing is there in the lanyard itself. With the
So they
lanyard
will
only they do
hang
this.
the belt with a line add and they will attach the load.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, during that case, suppose observer will open means then there is no use of that lanyard, na?
No. Who said? It should activate, right? That's why I mentioned again the impact. Even if gradually, if you are lifting, I mean 80 to 90%, it will not open. If you are giving any sudden jerk, or if you are lifting, or if you are taking the height, it is with a sudden, jerk, then it may open. If you are gradually giving a load, it may not open. It all depends on the impact which the shock absorbers got.
Suppose
For example,
unfortunately 90%
huh,
load. In that case,
sorry.
suppose unfortunately we cross the 90% of load hanging to that lanyard. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, please,
Sir, may I add something, sir?
please.
Sir, just to refer to sir, it is this shock absorber is designed for about 200 kg load. It is about to open. Suppose a
Yeah,
person, 50 kg person, if he is dropping from 1 meter height, G force already discussed 9.8 meter per second. So
correct.
multiplied, 50 multiplied by 9.8, it is near to 500 kgs.
Yeah,
Load it will act. So then only it will open. So if
correct.
gradually, if the person after fell, gradually if we are pulling out actually, so it won't open. If he is falling from height, then only it will open. Above 200 kgs, it will open automatically.
Yeah, that's what I'm mentioning about the impact which will, which will get on the absorber.
But we are not testing impact load. We are testing gradual load.
Yeah, we do gradual load only. We'll not test the impact load.
Sir, why is it so? If a person falls from height means it will be a impact only, na, not gradual, right?
Definitely true, Kumar. But in practically, as of now, my experience, we are doing only gradual this thing. Maybe the
Yes,
manufacturers, they would have tested with an impact load, but all the third party and all the these so-called what do you call competent persons, they are doing gradual lift only.
yeah, because we have to use it again. No? If
That is
it is
also a case.
withstanding for 500, then it will
नहीं तो सबका सब
definitely take
रिजेक्ट हो
impact load
जाएगा.
of 200 kg.
नहीं
Yeah.
नहीं तो सबका सब रिजेक्ट हो जाएगा एक साथ में.
वो तो वही तो लफड़ा है ना, अभी एक नया बिल्ड लेना है तो 3,500 4,000 होता है. Again, financial people will ask why all this competent person, you change the competent person better, he is rejecting everything.
That is a better solution.
I have seen literally, Kumar, I have seen the cases, the management will literally tell us why this guy is so strict, you change the competent person itself. I have faced that such situations. Sometimes we even we should go here and there because we are the mediator between the top management and the middle management and uh, the authorities. I have seen some pictures in the social media how a safety person is pulled here and there. So we should have presence of mind always. I used to suggest my students we should have a presence of mind always in the workplace. Based on that, we have to react.
Sandwich rule.
No, not even sandwich actually. Sometimes we will be in a position like in a sandwich, but sometimes it is beyond.
It's a smart role.
सुरेश सर, हमको ग्रिल्ड ग्रिल्ड रोल ही हमको मिलेगा, दोनों हम देखना है.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is different.
grill also a nice example, but it is subject to the condition. When you positioned in an organization where the management thinks of safety, where the management have the futuristic view, or the CEOs or the plant heads who have, I mean, who had any bad experiences with safety, definitely they will take care of you. Otherwise, they always pull up, or they always pull you down, because if they are not having any such experiences, then we have to wait for them to experience such situations. Otherwise, they won't come back to us. That's why I always mention, be patient. Don't judge the people immediately. Don't jump into the conclusions, and always go with the numbers. The management always wants numbers. That is how we should play in an organization. And also, you have to do your duty first. Then you should have proper documentation, the work you have done. Then only you can safeguard yourself in any organization. Otherwise, there are people around us, because you are the person, you are seeing everybody with your two eyes. There are hundreds of eyes seeing you separately. So you are always at the line of fire.
और सिंपल बॉस अच्छा है तो सब ठीक है, बॉस नहीं है तो ग्रिल सैंडविच है.
It is not about boss again, Kumar. That is wrong perception actually. It is not about boss. When you say organization, it is about the complete culture. It is about the organization actually. How the top management looks safety. So if they think always production, definitely they won't think about safety. If they see about productivity, definitely they will think for safety, because as we seen the impacts of the accidents. So what will happen? There are two causes again, two losses: direct cost and indirect cost. They definitely see first the direct cost only. They won't see the indirect cost. As we see in the iceberg theory, even the Titanic also had the same kind of incident. They saw only the tip of the iceberg. They have not seen the huge, the ice which is there in the under the water. So definitely we should try to open up their eyes to see the indirect cost which is there behind the safety practices which we are bypassing, or the safety practices which we are hiding, or we are not taking, or we are not giving any attention to such situations. Then only they will realize, and they will come along with us. Otherwise, they always think that, because safety, they always think that it is an expense department. There is no returns from the safety. They won't think that it will give in a long lasting, or in a it will give in a result in the longer durations. They want instant. Nowadays everybody attract with the fast food, like the pizza, burger, the gobi manchuria, etc. Immediately they want such a taste. They won't wait for the good health. They want immediate result actually. So they won't initially, they won't agree, but after some experiences, definitely they will come to our line. But we should be ready with all the weapons from our side, or with all preparations. Just simple: make your plan, execute the plan at whatever the cases, have better documentation, do your duty. Nobody can touch. Even if something fatal case happens also, we can show that yes, I have done my duty, it is not my fault. Okay, we have less than a minute, for just 5 seconds.
Sir, I have one more question.